A lamp brings light in our lives by dispelling darkness. It is not the diya which gives light, nor the oil or the wick in it. It is the spark of fire which lights the lamp. We are all like the lamp. This earth is a host for so many human beings. Some remain like the diyas, and few are like the oil poured into it. Very rarely, a virtuous person walks on this planet who, with his dedicated spiritual practices, becomes that spark. Not only do they burn themselves, but also light the path for others. Such realized souls have existed in the past and will continue to grace us with their presence now and in the future too. A mere mention of such great personalities gives us immense joy. We need eyes to recognize them. Well, we are not talking about the external vision, but the inner eyes. One such enlightened soul is Rishi Vedavyasa. Rishi Vedavyasa is an ocean of knowledge. He is the embodiment of Dharma. We are unable to find appropriate words to describe his greatness. His presence is felt everywhere. He is a guide who leads us on the path of righteousness. He spread his knowledge through the wealth of spiritual literature he composed. Through them, he taught us about life, philosophy, and religion. He is the guardian of our history and a marvelous storyteller. He is an important character of Mahabharata and a narrator of the Bhagavad Gita. He unfolded the hidden universal truth contained within the verses of the Gita. Considered a Chiranjeevi, he is one of the eternal, immortal beings who is committed to the service of mankind. Vedas, the oldest spiritual teachings, were revealed to our ancient sages while they practiced intense meditation. It was a large body of religious texts and they were originally transmitted orally. For centuries, it was a single huge volume of verses. According to Devi Bhagavatam, Rishi Vedavyasa arranged them into hymns and classified the contents into 4 parts. He divided them as Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda according to the requirements of the sacrificial rites. His name Vedavyasa itself means one who splits the Vedas. He is the author and narrator of the epic Mahabharata. The voluminous text contained many characters and it was his deep regret that he was unable to describe the life and important aspects of Lord Shri Krishna. His failure to express his love for Lord Shri Krishna led him to sage Narada, who suggested him to pour his adoration and devotion in his next book, the Srimad Bhagavatam. He is the author of Brahma Sutras, which is the core of Sanatana Dharma. It contains hundreds of sutras based on Vedanta philosophy to establish devotion, knowledge and karma. Vedavyasa is credited with writing 18 Mahapuranas and 18 Upapuranas. Matsya Purana, Markandeya Purana, Varaha Purana, Vamana Purana are just a few of them. Ayurveda, which has its roots in the Vedas, is written by him. He compiled the Samhitas. He propagated the philosophical texts like the Karma Mimamsa, Daiva Mimamsa to spread knowledge and uplift man from his ignorance. He is also one of the earliest commentators of Yoga Sutras, Nakshatra Vidya and Jyotish Shastra. Most of the prominent spiritual texts have been written by him. It is believed that he started the practice of visiting pilgrimage centers. His bhashyas or commentaries on innumerable subjects shows his command over them. It is said that there is no subject left uncovered by Rishi Vedavyasa. Being the author of Indian philosophy, his authority in various subjects is a testament to his vast knowledge. His main intention in every work was to impart knowledge which was for the welfare and development of people. In most houses and holy centers, sacred books are placed on a carved wooden stand known as Vyasa Pitha. There may be many reasons for it being named so. We wondered why and came up with our own theory. The first thought that came to our mind was that a revered person like Rishi Vyasa should be kept on a pedestal. Secondly, any holy book that is kept on a pitha would definitely contain sutras which have already been written by Rishi Vyasa. The mathematical term universal set is defined. A set contains all objects or elements including itself. Similarly, every religious text contains messages which have previously been chronicled by sage Vyasa. The term Vyasa Puja is used during pujas conducted in honor of our ancestors. The term implies that we pay tribute to Rishi Vyasa, who is our forefather. We will be presenting the story and purpose of Rishi Vedavyasa's birth in our upcoming videos. At a tender age, Rishi Vyasa reached Mount Meru, which is an abode of gods. He imparted spiritual knowledge to the gods residing there. He expounded the true meaning of the Vedas. He bestowed pure knowledge and guided them towards the right path leading to the supreme divine. He helped to destroy the ignorance which resided within them by imparting true knowledge. The advent of Kali Yuga resulted in man being born with less intelligence, diminished values, reduced lifespan and degraded health. With a concern to address these issues and with an intention to uplift the life of mankind, Rishi Vyasa divided the Vedas. To further simplify the complex Vedas for easy understanding, he composed the Brahma Sutras. He also narrated the Mahabharata to help common man understand and uphold moral laws mentioned in the Vedas. He directed his son Shuka to narrate the Puranas in the Devaloka, while his disciple Vaishampayana was given the task to narrate it on earth. This was done to spread the teachings of the Vedas in the form of stories. He taught the Vedas to his 4 main disciples and ensured that they taught them to others. This way, the knowledge was passed on to the entire society. His disciple, Rishi Paila, was taught the Rig Veda, Rishi Vaishampayana the Yajur Veda. Rishi Vyasa taught Samaveda to Rishi Jaimini and Atharva Veda to Rishi Sumantu. Rishi Paila was entrusted to teach the Rig Veda. He taught them to 2 of his disciples, Rishi Indrapramti and Rishi Vashkali. Rishi Vaishampayana, who was responsible to spread the knowledge of Yajur Veda, taught it to his disciple, sage Yajnavalkya. Due to the dispute, sage Yajnavalkya was asked to return the Vedas taught to him. He obliged but later performed penance to Lord Surya to teach him the Vedas. This is known as the Shukla Yajur Veda. He then taught it to 15 of his disciples. Rishi Jaimini taught Samaveda to his son Sumantu and grandson Sutva, who further spread it through their offsprings. Rishi Sumantu taught Atharva Veda to his pupils, and they were responsible to segregate the Samhitas and later subdivide it. Rishi Vedavyasa introduced Bhagavatam to his son Rishi Shuka, who continued to spread the stories across a wide section of people. Inspired by the contributions of Rishi Vedavyasa towards the betterment and welfare of people, the gods too decided to participate in his good deeds. It is said that Lord Vayu, the wind god, assisted Rishi Shuka. Rishi Paila was assisted by Lord Brahma. Lord Adishesha decided to help Rishi Vaishampayana, and the powerful Garuda decided to side with Rishi Sumantu. Not to be left behind, Lord Indra supported Rishi Jaimini. Each of these lords' intention was to serve the purpose of Rishi Vedavyasa. We have heard about the Mahamuni Romaharshana, a devout disciple of Rishi Vedavyasa. It is said that he was incarnated from the goosebumps of Rishi Vedavyasa. His son is the famous Ugrashravas. The entire narration of the Mahabharata is structured as a dialogue between Ugrashravas and Rishi Saunaka. The narration of history to Kuru king Janmejaya is embedded in the narration of Ugrashrava. Hence, Ugrashrava is known as a Sutta Puranic or a narrator of the epic. Without the knowledge of Vedas, Puranas or Sutras written by Rishi Vedavyasa, we would not be aware of the nature of Paramatma. It is believed that even today, Rishi Vedavyasa is residing near the Himalayas on the banks of Alakananda river at the holy place called Uttarabhadri. The devotees of Rishi Vedavyasas are guided by him till date. Kali Yuga is described as the age of darkness where virtues cease to flourish. Great saints like Rishi Vedavyasa help us tide over ill effects of Kali Yuga. If we wish not to sink into the illusion of this Yuga, all we need to do is to seek the ever-helpful guidance of Rishi Vedavyasa. Happy Guru Purnima to all. May the blessings of Rishi Vedavyasa always be with you.